Establishing battlefield control.
Welcome back, Commanders. I'm LavaDr4gon, lead game designer for Totem Arts. It's been a while since we've released a DevTalk update, so there's a lot to catch you all up on. We have been working hard on Firestorm, and we are approaching the point of release, so let's go over the progress and what to expect on the battlefield. If you remember from our last update, we were experimenting with an assault game mode like Battlefield Rush or Unreal Tournament 2004's Assault mode. But why make that, you might be wondering? Our signature game mode, CNC mode, although lots of fun and very epic, it was sadly pushing the poor old little UDK game engine to its absolute limits. If you've taken a look at some of the previous DevTalks or videos on YouTube showing a live stream of the game, you probably noticed many cases where FPS would plummet. The main cause, unfortunately, were both buildings and vehicles. A moderate number of buildings and vehicles, even on a half-filled server, were enough to cripple the experience for everyone. The second reason was that our infantry combat experience left a lot to be desired. It was clearly the weakest point of the game at the time. So the decision about assault mode was made to allow us to focus solely on infantry gameplay alone, without the burdens of server performance from both base buildings and vehicles. Without any base buildings and a very small number of vehicles meant servers would have no problem running this game mode. The gunplay was something we were able to refine very quickly, and the maps were tailor-made with lots of custom assets to help flesh out a more narrative-based multiplayer match with one team attacking and one team defending. For example, assaulting Vega's temple or to disable Kodiak in an ion storm. It made the world much more immersive to be in. However, in the end, the assault mode was fun for a little bit and helped to refine the gunplay we were after. But in return, we lost some of the magic of CNC Sandbox that was present in CNC mode. Something both developers and testers expressed more and more over time. Ironically, it also increased the workload on our art team, as they were overwhelmed with a large quantity of environmental assets unique to each map just because of the narrative elements. This meant we had to do an immediate course correction to try and add some of the sandbox from the full CNC mode back into the mix. So we thought, how about we go with the game mode Firestorm was based off of, that being Battlefield's Conquest mode. It allows the full sandbox to be explored and experimented with, whilst keeping the tighter gunplay from assault mode, and removes base building and vehicle purchasing so that we can keep the vehicle counts relatively low and, most importantly, stable for the UDK game engine. Conquest mode is the best of both worlds in a simpler and easy to understand format. It has been proven to be lots of fun in other games. It's something even the average non-Ren X player will be able to jump right into and understand. Its chaotic nature captures the mixed combat elements we had in CNC, albeit on a smaller scale, without melting the server. Yes, it is a compromise because of the game engine, but it is also a great way to get directly into the crazy, over-the-top, fun action stuff you see in some of the earlier DevTalk videos. Not to mention, we all know how laggy Renegade X can be on a full server with 30 plus vehicles, or how new players trying the game out for the first time will become overwhelmed with the level of complexity. So let's drop into our Conquer mode. If you are a Battlefield veteran, you'll see familiar features. In our Conquest mode, we start with character classes with no eco or tiers, so you can play in the style you like. With multiple weapons to select, each soldier will be unique to your playstyle. The Assault class will be the medics of the team. They can choose between a healing tool or medic bag to provide health for injured soldiers. They also carry some of the best anti-infantry weapons, can keep pushing the front lines by fighting longer than any other class by constantly replenishing their health from any damage taken, and are the backbone of any squad. Stick together as a squad and always have a medic or two to make sure everyone is able to fight.
I got my wrench right here!
The engineers are your vehicle specialists. Kitted out with multiple tools, they can self-repair vehicles they are driving, repair vehicles with a repair gun, place down barricades to provide cover for you and your team, and have all sorts of different rocket launchers to pose a threat to any vehicle coming their way. Their specialized weapons are more close quarter based with carbines, shotguns, and grenade launchers. They aren't the greatest at taking on infantry, however, are your go-to options for operating or taking out a vehicle.
Ready for takeoff.
Next, we have the Recon class, which differs for each faction. GDI has the Jump Jet Trooper, which can take flight and use the advantage of the high ground, while Nod has the Black Hand, that will utilize stealth to surprise their enemies. Both have their weaponry tailored to each faction's ability, with Jump Jet Troopers having more mid-range and splash-based main weapons to complement its flight systems, whilst the Black Hands have more close-range quick-fire weapons that complement the hit-and-run style with cloaking. They are also the only class with a sniper weapon, such as a quick-fire suppressed DMR for aggressive sniping, or the big and loud Gauss rifle or sniper rifles for long-range engagements. This makes them ideal as the hit-and-runners or the long-range engagement infantry class. Recons are also kitted with squad respawn beacons to help your squad recover and get back into the fight. Or they can be outfitted with seeker drones to help identify and mark threats for your entire team.
Chomping at the bit.
Finally, the support class is split between the ammo loadout and armor loadout. This class has some of the heaviest weaponry you can find on any character class. However, they don't come with a lot of ammo. When you choose the ammo kit, you will be a regular soldier capable of using all vehicles like normal, as well as having a constant supply of ammo for both your team and yourself. Or you can choose the armor kit and become a powerhouse with a Zone Trooper or Cyborg. Zone Troopers have a short burst jump jets that are immune to Tiberium damage, while the Cyborgs can gain a speed boost and heal in Tiberium. Neither the Zone Trooper or Cyborg are able to operate vehicles due to their size. Support main weapon set is highly specialized and generally aren't good at handling every situation. So despite having the biggest, most badass weapons available, such as railguns, plasma cannons, and Vulcans, doesn't necessarily mean they'll win you a simple firefight. Everything has a pro and con, so choose wisely. You may have also noticed that a little while ago, we made a call for voice actors. This was so each class can be voiced with their own unique personalities to provide lifelike immersion on the ground. Every firefight, every engagement, every situation you run into will feel that much more lifelike. And of course, there are some joke lines thrown in there as well. There will also be a new EVA and Cabal voice lines tailor-made for Conquest mode. The gameplay has been reworked to fit the Conquest style. The gunplay has a lower time to kill to provide a faster pace for a more satisfying feel. We don't want to have a huge spectrum of useless weapons to OP weapons. No one likes a spongy target. Every weapon is going to be useful, and more importantly, every weapon is going to feel satisfying. They each have pros and cons, and are generally designed to be mixed and matched to allow you to play with a large variety of playstyles and personal preference. There will be a few shared common weapons for all classes, such as the battle rifle and SMGs. The goal of the game mode is to capture and hold objectives. While you hold the majority of objectives, the enemy team's supply will decrease at a faster rate. Your death will not affect your supplies, so work together with your team and squad to hold as many objectives as possible. On top of that, secondary objectives will also be randomly triggered. Some might help you regain team supplies, whilst others will allow you to access prototypes or forgotten vehicles. The maps have also been tailor-made for Conquest mode to make sure to get you into the action quickly, but still flexible enough to allow you to take flanking and sneaky routes to surprise the enemy. Although not as large as CNC mode's maps, the maps are still fairly large enough, allowing for a wide variety of battles both on the ground and in the air to take place. All of the maps are designed to ensure the magic you get from combined arms style combat you get from a sandbox where everything and anything can happen at any time. In terms of vehicles, there will be no manual purchasing because that has the potential to cripple the server. Instead, vehicles will be available in limited quantities. Most of your faction's vehicles will be available in your main base, with a few more available in outposts that you capture. Neutral vehicles will also be scattered around the map like the ATVs and Rangers to provide quick transport between points. A major focus for the players will be our squad system. When you enter a game, you have the choice to enter a squad of 6. Within your squad, you will gain veterancy points to rank up. Not to be mistaken for veterancy from Renegade X, this is a completely different system. When your squad ranks up, the whole squad will gain access to support powers. Everyone starts off as a recruit, where there won't be support powers available. Veteran rank will give you a supply drop, radar scan, and smoke screen. Elite rank will grant you access to the EMP cannon and ion barrage or chemical missile. However, for the heroic rank, only one squad on each team can reach it. The first squad to reach heroic will be granted the big red button. If you are not, you can call in the cluster missile. For the squad on GDI, you have access to the ion cannon. Gaining veterancy will not arbitrarily bump up your health or damage stats and are solely for gaining support powers. Squad members are also able to respawn on one another if they are not in combat. How do you gain rank? Supporting your squad is the best way to rank up. Heal, resupply, spot targets, kill assists, squad spawns, and completing objectives are the fastest way to rank up. So work together, play the objective, and show that you are the best squad on your team. Upon our release, we will have a few maps available to play. Maps like Pharaoh, Phoenix, and Wasteland, just to name a few. Each map will have their own layouts and playstyle. There will be a few post-launch updates to fix any glaring bugs, and to add some limited amount of content. What exactly that will be is not 100% set yet. However, long-term post-launch support will not be our focus. We started the Firestorm project with an ambitious vision. If you look back to our first DevTalk, you will see a completely different game that was proposed. We still want to see that initial dream become a reality. The reality is held back by technological limitations, namely the Unreal Development Kit, UDK. This engine is Unreal Engine 3, specifically the free version of the robust engine used to develop games like Mass Effect, Batman Arkham series, Mortal Kombat, BioShock Infinite, and many more. It's also more than 15 years old right now. As a result, the game we want needs to be made in Unreal Engine 5. After the release of Firestorm on UDK, we will begin our development of the UE5 Firestorm project. We've been working with UDK since 2009, and we've pushed this engine as far as it can go. For us, it's also been long overdue, and for our own well-being, we need to move on to greener pastures ahead. So for all those reasons and more, there won't be much post-launch support on Firestorm UDK. Firestorm on UE5, on the other hand, will take much time and manpower. We will be calling out to the community after the launch of the UDK version, where we will be looking for anyone to help. Applications are available on our website at totemarts.games, so go check it out if you're interested in helping make the dream a reality. But the community does not deserve a simplified game mode only. After all, we spent years trying to find the fun in the game. Going from full-on RTS style base building to none at all means that a lot of what we had is cut from the release. So, to ensure our work isn't lost in development hell, and to also pass on the torch to the community, we will release the Software Development Kit, SDK, with all the cut content throughout development. That means you can try out the game modes of CNC Conquest and Assault. You, the community, can see what our vision was in the past. You can pick off where we left off. Yes, it does mean you can make a map from the other game modes if you want to, but we hope this will also inspire you all to pick up the mantle and create something awesome. It's been a long journey developing Firestorm. We are having a lot of fun testing, and our testers we onboarded are having a blast. It still needs some time in the oven, but we're getting very close. We wouldn't have gotten far without their help, And also a huge shout out to the W3D Hub team for helping us from the beginning with all of their assets from Reborn. Go check out their games if you haven't already. The Command & Conquer universe has so much potential to branch out into other genres. We hope Firestorm can give you a glimpse of that future. It releases soon, but I still cannot say when. I don't think I need to explain why, but we are a small team of indie devs working on our own free time to create something awesome for the community. A trailer will be released with the release date, so keep an eye out on our social media, forums, or Discord. Until then, this is LavaDr4gon, signing off.